Hey y'all! So, today's video is going to be a very different video from what I've ever made. I've never made a video like this, and I'm pretty nervous to make it because I don't know how it's going to turn out. But my dear friend from over at the Bogues wanted a video on how I edit. So I'm going to show you guys my process of how I edit. I'm not saying it's right at all, it's just how I figured out how to do it and what works for me. So, grab your cup of coffee and let's get into it.
You wanna see some crazy and also lazy, then you should meet me and my friends. Even though we got no money, we're sure as hell funny. Yeah, everything's better with them. We're just like ooh, ooh, ooh. We don't worry about tomorrow. We just ooh, ooh, ooh. What we wanna do tonight. Waking up at sundown, the world's our playground, and we don't even have to pretend. Every time we're together, it doesn't get better, and every day's like a weekend. We're just like ooh, ooh, ooh. We don't worry about tomorrow. We just ooh, ooh, ooh. What we wanna do tonight. So don't tell me how to act or how I should be. All we wanted is to be free. We don't wanna be like you.
Alright, so to start with, what camera do I use? I use the Sony ZV-1. I love the camera. It is so lightweight and just easy to carry and handle, and I just absolutely love it. It is super user-friendly. I have not had a problem figuring out how to use it. It does have a whole bunch of advanced features that I haven't really played around with to use yet, but they're there if I ever get brave enough to use them. At least it's an option, right? So yeah, the Sony ZV-1 is the camera I use. How do I store my videos? I use this, what is this, Seagate external hard drive, and it just hooks into my computer, and that's what I store my videos on. You can also use the memory cards, of course. I use those in my camera, but you know, I don't use them to necessarily store things on long term or store videos on. But that has helped me so much store my videos. Now, what program do I use to edit my videos? So I use this VideoPad video editor. To make this video, I am also using the Debay video capture screen to record my screen while I'm talking to you guys. So let's click into this VideoPad video editor and get started. Now I'm going to click New Project, and I always come over to this Options button here, and I go to the disk, Clear Unused Cache Files. We don't need them. All they're doing is slowing everything down. So I always start by doing that. Now we're going to go to Add Files. You're just going to have to add them wherever your folders are. I use all of mine on the expansion drive, of course, so let's add them. Now it's going to add all the files. Sometimes adding files can take, for what feels like, ever. Not usually, but sometimes. This one looks like it's going fairly fast because none of the clips must be that big. But sometimes the clips, when they're bigger sizes, take a while to add in. And then, after I get them added in here, I'll show you the next step of what I like to do. So we finally got all these clips loaded in. The next thing I do once all of these are loaded in is I'm going to sit them down on this bar down here. I'm just gonna kind of put everything in the order I want, because you know, you can always just cut things out later. So I'm just gonna set them all down in kind of the order I want them to be in. And then I'm gonna wait for them to load. You see how they have this green bar up here? I'm gonna wait until this green bar is loaded on all of them, or otherwise it likes to play the buffering game, and my patience is not there for the buffering. I have zero buffer of patience. We're gonna get all these drugged down here, and this is gonna be our timeline we're gonna make. And this is where we're gonna edit, is down here. Another thing I like about putting all my clips down in this timeline first is you kind of have an idea of how long your video is going to be. So like right now we're not even have all of our clips loaded and we're at 40 minutes, which tells me there's going to be quite a bit to delete out of it. So I don't have to worry about deleting something and not having enough, because I like to try and make 10 minutes of clips for the grandparents, because yeah, I figure 10 minutes is a good amount. So I try to keep it at that 10-minute mark. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more, but I really aim for the 10-minute mark. I don't know if that's good or bad, honestly. I know people have told me I should pick a niche with this, but I don't have a niche. This was started as a hobby, and honestly, it's just my life. So I guess that's the niche, my life. But this channel wasn't created with the intent to monetize it. I mean, if that happens, awesome. So excited for it. But it was not the sole purpose of this channel. It was more of a keeping up with family and all of that jazz kind of channel started. So yeah, no. Alright, now we got all of these laid down on here. Go here. I always make, this is just my end screen, and it's just an image. Take it down, put it down here. Are you gonna click? Okay, it went down. And then I go in and I change the duration of that, because a YouTube end screen is 20 seconds. So I'll just change that to 20 seconds. And we have our timeline made. So now we're gonna wait for all of these green bars to fill up, and then I'll be back and we'll get on with the how I edit it. All right, y'all, so all of these clips are pretty well loaded in and done buffering. Take this earphone off so I'm not yelling at you. Anyways, all these clips are loaded in. They're pretty well done buffering, except for this one here, but we're gonna move on. Are you ready to move on? I'm ready to move on. All right, my next step. So I'm gonna take all of these clips and I'm just gonna go through them and do what I like to call the scrub through. So I'm just gonna go through, I'm gonna watch it all, I'm gonna delete what I know I don't want, I'm gonna keep what I like, and then we'll kind of go from there. So let's do that. Good morning, everyone. All of these parts, like me looking at a camera, y'all don't care to see. So let's go back. And I'm gonna push my, what is this, left arrow key to just go frame by frame. I like to find a clear spot to start. This looks good enough. So we're gonna go and I'm gonna left click, right click my mouse. And then I'm gonna go to cut. I'm gonna push this arrow thing over here, go back. Good morning, everyone. So perfect start. All right, so now I am just gonna go through and I'm gonna finish deleting what I don't want and scrubbing through it. And then we'll move on to the next step. But I highly recommend just going through and getting rid of everything you don't want. That's the process I do it. It's what works for me anyways. So yeah, I guess just go through and delete what you don't want. And I always like to, let me actually take you through a little bit of this, I guess, and I'll show you some hotkeys. So back home, I'm gonna hit the space bar. That is gonna start and pause, play, pause, space bar. So much simpler than getting the mouse and coming over here. Now, also, when I want to cut, let's get to a spot I don't want. Okay, so I think I'll pause here. And I'm going to hit the L button. That's going to do that. And then since this is the beginning, I'm just going to cut the whole rest of this. And then I'm going to come in here to where this little thing here is. And I guess for my duration, I'm going to go to 0.12. That's what I found that I like. You can play around with that. And where's fade through white is what I like to do there. There we go. All right, and so we got it up to there. Now, that's that, and I'm going to finish scrubbing through all this footage, deleting what I don't want. Like I say, spacebar, play pause button, your mount or your arrow keys over here, left and right, are going to move you just a frame, so you just go a teeny tiny little bit. I find that is good for finding an exact spot I want. The L button is going to make your splits. If you do L and then you watch a little and then you're like, that's what I want to cut, you can do another L, just delete that middle piece. Good to go. All right, I will come back when I am done scrubbing through this and we will hit the next steps. So many steps. So we've now hit the spot here and it's got another little break because my battery died. So it kind of has a different little feel to it. So at this point, I have two options. I can leave it as it is, or I can go in here, and then I kind of like to do this crossfade transition. Fade, I guess they call it. Let's see what that looks like. I can't decide. I think I might actually like this with no transition better. I think it just looks a little more flowy and cleaner. So I'm just going to leave this one with no transition. But a lot of times if I have like breaks like this, I like to put in a crossfade, sometimes a fade. I don't really ever use any of these shape ones, I guess. The reveals I don't use too often. I have used this, where are you? This cube spin a few times. But I honestly have not used a whole lot of these transitions, and they have plenty of them on here, y'all. Plenty of them. All right, so I'm gonna get back to scrubbing through, and we're gonna leave this with no transition. Right, so now we've hit this next spot here, where it's gonna go to Josina Cam for the cows. So what I'm gonna do here, I think, is, let's see, I'm just gonna go to, I can't decide if I want to use this or just a blank. I'm gonna use this. So I'm just gonna stick this down in here and we're gonna change the duration and I'm gonna go, let's try 10 seconds and see how that goes. And now I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna go to add text. Let's see what I want to do here. I don't really know. Let's try typewriter. So I'm going to type Josina Cam. And let's find, let's do this. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Let's go 24. Color. What color should we do? There's always so many colors. Let's just go straight black. Why not? Why not? All right. Here, animation duration, clip duration. I'm gonna put in 10 here so it matches our screen. All right, and then I'm just gonna move this over to line up here. We're gonna go back, we're gonna play it through. Let's see what we have here. Okay. I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go change duration, and I'm actually gonna bring this down to 6 because I just have a thing with odd numbers. If you're not OCD, it'd probably look better at 5, but some of us are just a little a little wacky. So come in here, go here, and we'll go to 6 here too. All right, now let's see if I like this. I might even take it down to 4, huh? Let's bring it down to 4 and see what that's like. I have a feeling that 5 is going to be the sweet spot, and my OCD just is not going to let me do 5, y'all. It won't. Alright, please be good. Yeah, okay, I like that. I can deal with that. And then here I'm going to go over to video effects and let's see, let's put in some balloons. Default color. Where's... Weird. Weird. I thought that was a... I feel like there should be a rainbow balloon or something like that. Here we go. Let's go... nature. What's nature look like? Cool. And then we're going to take, whoa, the balloon size down, because we don't want giant balloons. Who wants giant balloons? I like that. Alright, let's see what we got here now. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so we're going to leave that as it is, and we're going to proceed on with Josina cam. So now I got enough Josina cam of her talking, and it's just a lot of her moving around and just random noise. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to hit this little infinity link. It's going to unlink the sound. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to hit delete because we don't even need the sound for the rest of this clip. And let me just scrub through this so y'all can see what I'm talking. She is all over the place, y'all. All over the place. That's what you get with a Josina cam. So anyways, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to go change clip speed. And I'm going to bump this up to 500. And let's see here. I don't know, that might make some people kind of sick. So let's actually go to bumping it to 3. I'm going to move this over to make up for that. Okay, so now I got this bumped up to 300. I am going to put music to this, but before I put music on, I always like to go through and I like to make sure that the whole video is pretty well edited, and the last thing I like to really do is put music on, because then if you go through and you move clips around and stuff later on, it just, your music ends up messed up. It's just a whole thing. So I usually save the music for last. So now that we got all of this done, let's move on. I'm going to finish editing these clips, and yeah, I'll be back at the next interesting, or what I think is interesting point, I guess. If y'all have any questions or anything you specifically want to see that this video does not show, let me know down below, and I will do another one of these videos in the future with that stuff in it. But like I say, I've never done one of these videos before. I am by no means an expert, so I feel really awkward making this video, and I feel like I have said so many times. Alright, let's move on. Alright, you all, so we got all of the footage scrubbed through, we got all of the stuff we didn't need taken out, we sped up the parts that needed to be sped up, and we got the video down to just a little over 20 minutes, so woohoo for that. Now, what I need to do is I need to go through here and I need to watch these parts like this that I sped up and see what's going on, see how motion sick Josina makes you with Josina cam, Because, man, look at her, y'all. She's all over the place. I tell you what, man almighty. Oh, goodness. And there's a point where I would have deleted this out, but some people truly enjoy Josina Cam, so we're going to leave it in there for those people, and for the people that don't enjoy Josina Cam, they can just move past it, or I guess click out of the video, whatever works for them. But man, she really liked to show you all the ground, huh? We might have to scrub some of this out, you guys, because I tell you, it's kind of making me motion sick. Oh, goodness. What a goofy, goofy child. There's the chicken water cleaning brush. I see Esme put it away very well. Very well. Anyone else's kids that are great at putting things away? Because mine is just wonderful about it. You know, that fence looks like a great transition spot. So since she just naturally transitioned it, we're going to hit the L button and we're just going to cut this out of here. Sayonara. Now, where's the next? This is the next spot we have sped up. And we're gonna start this here after my big old paw gets out of the camera. And let me see. We'll see when we put the music on if we can transition this to look good with the music or not. We'll have to see. Oh, goodness. This child is just, she's so goofy, y'all. She makes me laugh all the time. Man. It's not looking like there's going to be a whole lot to cut out of here, I don't think. I think we're just going to pretty well be able to add the music to it. She sure likes to get up in y'all's face, doesn't she? Oh, goodness. Gotta love her. I think I'm going to cut this out because nobody wants to see just a table there. So I'm going to get her out of frame. I'm going to wait until this shadow right here, you see this shadow? I'm going to click that out, push L, and then we're just going to go until she's coming back. Shadow gone, press L, and we'll just delete this little chunk here out. Cut. There. I like that. That's okay. Oh, this is where I forgot to get her one of her letters out. Somehow we got the wrong letter or not a letter. I don't exactly remember, but we messed it up some. And now I'm not sure what we're doing here. So, let's come back to here. And we're going to hit L. We're going to cut that mess out. And we'll hit L again. We're going to cut this chunk out. And let's see how choppy it ends up looking. It could be worse. Alright. Could be worse, y'all. Alright, well, I think that we're gonna cut this out here where she leaves, and that's where we're gonna end her cards. That'll work out. Alright. Now, let's see. I think we're just gonna have to wait to see how the music transitions that. And here's another sped up part of her coloring. That shouldn't be too bad because she's just sitting there coloring. So that one's okay. Okay, so now we got all of our footage scrubbed, gone through, we've sped up the parts that need to be sped up. We've put transitions for the most part where we need them. The only transitions we'll have left to put in is maybe if we can't get some clips to transition good with music. Usually I like to try and use the music to like transition into a clip if I can. So now all we got left is to go and put the music on this. That is super exciting to me. Whew, let's get it done. All right, now for music, I use Epidemic Sound. I don't even remember how much it is, to be honest with you, but it's got royalty-free music that you can use in your videos. So, let's find some music. What's the first clip we need music for? We need just a little, how long is this? 4 seconds. So, let me come in here and I'm gonna look for like, let's search camera shutter. Can't even type today. Alright, and we're gonna keep it in the sound effects and we're just gonna kind of listen for a camera shutter. Actually, I'm gonna go up here to the duration. I'm gonna put it in at 10 seconds because that's how long we need. So let's see what they have. That's 10 seconds. Nothing. Alright, let's see here. I think I like this paparazzi. We'll try this one. I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna click download, and then we're gonna go back to video pad. We're gonna go add file, downloads. Oops, I made the computer mad. Camera clicks, enter that in. We're gonna drag it down to this down here. And now we just need to find the best spot to put this in at. And I think I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna click split clips. I'm going to delete that. My phone is going off. Alright, I'm gonna put that in there. Let's see what we have. Perfect, alright. Then come here. I hit the split selected clips again. The thing with hitting L is that it's going to try and split everything on the whole thing, the whole entire timeline if I hit L. So if you just want like an audio or something that's not connected, deleted, just go to the split clips and then I'm going to hit, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do, undo, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to hit delete. Alright, we got clips for that one. Alright, we got the phone checked. It was just us. I asked him if we had anything to do this weekend. Never mind, she says. So I'm not sure what she's trying to plan, but yeah, no. Alright, anyways. So our camera died. I'm not 100% sure what I was saying, but let's get back to it. And while we're on the camera dying, that is probably the biggest downfall of the Sony ZV-1. It eats batteries like you would not believe. So if you get it, you better make sure you have plenty of spare batteries because they will be needed. Alright, let's get back to this. I think we were just going to listen to this and I was going to kind of scrub through this really quickly and see how it sounds. Alright, we'll call that good enough. Good enough. And then for my end screen, I'm going to come here, I'm going to unlink this, I'm going to hit copy, I'm going to go put my cursor over here, paste insert, slide this over, slide this over. Perfect. And that's it. We're gonna go export the video file. This will be what, the 9th? September 9th, 2021 vlog. It's gonna go into my expansion drive, of course. Completed. Save. Here, for like what you want it to export as, I always just go to the default, and I like to hit the stretch, but they have a whole slew of things you can do. They got your YouTube defaults, you got phone defaults, there's just whole thing, y'all. So, anyways, and then I'm gonna hit create, and then we're done. That is how I edit. Like I say, not by any means professional. Some people watching this are probably like, oh, wow, that's terrible. That's okay. That's okay. It's what works for me. And Julie, I hope this helped you out. I hope you maybe gain something from it. I don't know. Like I say, I'm not a professional, Julie, but if there's anything else you want to know that I did not let you know today, comment down below and let me know. All right, we will see you all tomorrow, and you guys can watch this vlog we just edited. Bye!
If you wanna see some crazy and also lazy, then you should meet me and my friends. Even though we got no money, we're sure as hell funny. Yeah, everything's better with them, we're just like